The great love story of Johnny Cash and June Carter. Johnny Cash and June Carter were well-known performers before they met. Carter had been a part of her mother and sister's music group. Then she went on to make solo music and toured with Elvis Presley. Cash was a successful solo artist at the time. The couple met backstage at the Grand Ole Opry after an Elvis concert in 1956. Presley had told Carter about Johnny Cash. He made her listen to his songs on a jukebox multiple times. Both Carter and Cash were married at the time of meeting. Cash was immediately smitten with Carter after introducing himself. June did not fall as quickly for Johnny as he did for her. However, the connection was undeniable. She eventually had to admit the attraction.
I think I'm falling in love with Johnny Cash, and this is the most painful thing I've ever gone through in my life.
Carter then described it as being in a ring of fire. That inspired the writing of Ring of Fire. Later that song appeared on both artists' albums. Cash was unashamed that he'd been absolutely in love with June from the beginning. He knew that he and June were meant to be together. In the first 13 years of their relationship, Cash tried to make Carter his wife multiple times. Each time she denied him. Finally, in 1968, Cash and Carter were engaged and soon married. Cash popped the question at a live show in front of 7,000 fans. Carter finally accepted. Within weeks, they officially tied the knot. They soon had their first child together, John Carter Cash, in 1970. Cash struggled with addiction for much of his life. It made relationships difficult and eventually almost killed him. June did what she could to help him and stood by his side through it all. Johnny remarked once,
"She loves me despite everything, despite myself. She has saved my life more than once."
June made him forget the pain for a long time, many times. Cash is said to have kept up outside affairs throughout their marriage. It was implied in a book written by their son after their deaths. Cash's infidelities troubled his wife. She developed a problem with prescription medications. Despite this, the two lived out the rest of their lives together. They kept a passionate and painful marriage for 35 years. Carter passed away in 2003 from surgery complications. Johnny Cash and their children were at her side. He gave a statement dedicated to his love. It was during his last performance, just months before his own death the same year. Before performing Ring of Fire, he explained that he was being overshadowed by the spirit of his late wife.
"She was there to give courage and inspiration, like she always has."
Cash passed away 4 months after Carter, also from health complications. Johnny Cash and June Carter. Cash's love lives on. It survives in their iconic duets and the many albums they recorded together. The passion between them will always be present in their heartfelt and truthful lyrics. They wrote and performed for one another